As we're all probably aware by now, every single year in Roblox Jailbreak, we get a brand new event called 5 Days of Vehicles. And while over the past few days, we have gotten our first bit of information on this new update, and while so far it's not looking too good. In fact, so far it's looking like this update might be completely cancelled and this tradition might not even happen anymore in the future. But before we get into that, we are doing a free wedge giveaway inside of Roblox Jailbreak, but that is only if we hit 24,000 subscribers before I unlock the vehicle. So yeah, if you want to steal my OG wedge inside of Roblox Jailbreak, make sure to subscribe. So yeah, now let's go ahead and get into this. All of the things we know about Roblox Jailbreak 5 Days of Vehicles 2024 so far. So first of all, if you guys don't know what 5 Days of Vehicles is in Jailbreak, it's basically an update where every single year they add 5 vehicles for every day of the week. These are the updates where they add in new vehicles like the Falcon S, the Chiron revamp, and the Successor. At least that's what they added last year, but basically with those updates also comes a ton of bug fixes and sometimes also some new features as well, so it's even better. So pretty much in a nutshell, every single day of that event is like its own miniature update. There's a vehicle, there's a bunch of bug fixes, maybe even a new feature like I said, and overall it's a pretty good time. Especially those bug fixes, because every single time they do a 5 Days of Vehicles, the game feels a lot better afterwards, and honestly there aren't so many glitches. And as we all probably know by now, when a game is nice and clean and there's not any glitches, bugs, or just annoying things in the game, it feels a lot better to play. And while typically since these events are at the end of the year, they always fix a bunch of the glitches that have been piling up over the year. Like as you guys can see here on Discord, this is the entire update log for one single day of 5 Days of Vehicles from last year. As you guys can see right here, November 8th, 2023, right up here is the day before, a bunch of other bug fixes as well. Then there's day 3 of 5 Days of Vehicles right here with a bunch of other bug fixes, day 2, and then day 1. So overall, just a ton of different issues with the game being addressed and then fixed, and overall, like I said, the game just feels a lot better afterwards. For example, a big issue that they fixed in the game back in last year's 5 Days of Vehicles event was the bike system, and now as you guys could see here, we have this brand new bike system with the Falcon S as well. You guys could clearly tell I am enjoying this new bike system. I have almost 1,000 miles on the Falcon S now. And yeah, overall the bike system is a lot better now, it feels a lot better to use, and it's actually worth your time. So yeah, we could all agree that the 5 Days of Vehicles events are pretty good for the game's health, and well, here's where the bad things start happening. As you guys can see over here on Asimo's Twitter page, he's responding to a post about 5 Days of Vehicles, and then right down here, Asimo replies saying, "I don't think it'll happen this year with existing conditions." What are these existing conditions? I don't really know, but it seems kind of weird to me. And then right over here as well, in our next post, Asimo says right here that he'll try to make an official post soon. I see all of your questions. Then down here he says, "I've been vague because at the moment it'd be inappropriate for me to share why, and it's not because of a new game or Rocketeers." So it's not because they're working on a new game, it's just because of something else. What exactly is this something else? Well, I don't know, and I don't think anyone else in the Jailbreak community knows either, because Asimo hasn't said anything about it. As you guys did see there though, Asimo did say that he will be making a post on all of this here soon, so hopefully we get that in the coming days. And yeah, really all we know at the moment is that it's not because of Rocketeers or a new game coming from the demo, and it's just something completely different. So now let's go ahead and talk about Jailbreak's future, because well, this is pretty much one of Jailbreak's main events being completely cancelled for the foreseeable future. Like we talked about earlier, 5 Days of Vehicles is pretty much Bademo's way of cleaning up Jailbreak and making it good again, because obviously every year you have a bunch of bugs piling up and you gotta fix them somehow. So then to do something like 5 Days of Vehicles, which is pretty much an opportunity to fix every single thing in the entire game, or at least most of it, so that way when people return to the game in their free time, they can have a bug-free experience when playing the game again. And while the game now is pretty much at that point where it needs some sort of bug fix update or something like that, because if you go into a public server, you can't go 5 minutes without some sort of hacker showing up or some sort of crazy glitch happening. For example, the other day, auto robbers and stuff like that became a lot more popular, so have auto arresters as well. Some guy just showed me how to completely remove the top speed limit from all of your cars in the entire game. I'm not going to tell you guys how to do that, by the way. It is really overpowered. Literally, just by flinging your car like this, you could avoid any situation in the entire game, and all you have to do is hold the top of your game right here. And that's not even including all of the balancing issues which have showed up because of all of those glitches. For example, another really overpowered glitch in Jailbreak is all of the emote no clip glitches. Basically, any emote now could be used to no clip. I'm not really too sure what's stopping Asimo and badcc from just completely disabling emotes. It's literally just a toggle in the game files. Sure, it might be annoying, but at this point it's become so unbalanced that it's kind of a necessary thing that they have to do. Like as you guys can see here, all I have to do is put my character behind a door like this and use an emote and I'm already straight through the door. And something I'm noticing with all of these glitches is most of them are just kind of issues you could fix by switching a few lines of code in a script. Obviously things like this fling glitch here are probably not one of those glitches that could be fixed that easily, but still, the rest of them are pretty stupid. So the question is, what's going to happen with Jailbreak if we're not going to get any bug fixes until the next season drop here in like 74 days? And while there's not really any way to tell because, you know, that 5 days of vehicles event got cancelled seemingly for the future now. Obviously, that's not fully set in stone yet, but it's looking like that's gonna happen. And honestly, at this point, I don't even think we need a 5 days of vehicles. We need a 5 days of bug fixes. 5 days of quality bug fixes that actually make the game feel better to play, because right now it is not good. Not to mention, but Jailbreak's optimization is also really bad in public servers or just servers with a ton of people in them. Obviously right now in a private server I have like 200 FPS, but once I hop into a public server that goes down to like 60. Obviously for most people that seems pretty good, but for a PC like mine that is not really that good. And obviously not everyone is going to have a NASA supercomputer underneath their desk, so most people are averaging like 30 FPS, and that is not good. So optimization is yet another issue that needs to be addressed that unfortunately we will have to wait for until the winter, until this next season releases. Like I'm pretty sure it's gotten to the point where if you ask most of the Jailbreak community which type of update they want, a bug fix update or a normal content update, most of them would just choose the bug fix update. Because like I said, if you have not played Jailbreak recently and you have not hopped into a public server, yeah, you do not know what is going on now. It is really bad. Like for example, here I am in a public server, I am getting a lot less FPS than I was in my private server. Something about Jailbreak is it does get a lot worse the longer you play. So for example, if you play for like 2 hours in one of my live streams, the FPS you get is like 40. It gets really bad in there. I haven't noticed that in any other game, so it's pretty much just a Jailbreak exclusive issue. And yeah, obviously 100 FPS for most people is absolutely amazing, but we're comparing 200 plus FPS in a private server to almost 80 FPS and less in a public server. Like right here now, things are starting to get a little bit choppy. My FPS is going down to about 72 or so. So yeah, game optimization in Jailbreak is not the best. But yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with all of this. I'm just saying that Jailbreak kind of needs this 5 days vehicles event to actually be good for the next year or so. Because in the previous update with season 23, we only got one bug fix in the entire update. It took 3 months in between updates, and all we got as that one bug fix was one small little patch to the mansion. So yeah, that was not good, and well, honestly, it's probably not going to be good for the foreseeable future, and that is unless we get that 5 days of vehicles event or we get an actual good update for season 24. Because at this point, pretty much all I'm paying attention to is the bug fixes and if the game is actually good and enjoyable to play. But yeah, with that, those are all of the things you need to know about Roblox Jailbreak 5 days of vehicles 2024. Honestly, half of this video was just kind of a rant about what would happen if we don't get this 5 days of vehicles event, which, I mean, it's kind of the truth. But yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date with all of this stuff as we get more information in the coming days. And yeah, with that, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.